Today's tutorial is inspired by this fluid exoskeleton. Welcome to day 10 of 30 scripts in 30 days. And this is the first tutorial on my channel to have an extended version. So right now the original tutorial, which is this one, is over an hour, but then there will be an extra 40 minutes, which is going to be only available on my Patreon. But more about this later. Let's start. So the first thing I want to do is to create this, which is this donut shape, and I'm going to create a 200 by 70 kind of. It's 6 by 6, the faces. So right now I'm only interested in this one in the top, so I'm going to separate it and double click on this and delete it, and then double click on this and project to C-plan and yes. So it's now right here. And I'm going to copy this multiple times. First, I'm going to rotate it, probably 30 or 60, no, 30. And I'm going to copy it multiple times, so probably from here to here to here. And I'm going to mirror this to the other side. You can create the combination that you want. You can create the shapes that you want. For now, I'm going to just join everything and smooth, and after that I'm going to probably select those and extrude just a little bit outside, just a random number, and then I'm going to double click on all these outer edges like this, and also those ones, and then raise those a little bit, probably 100, I'm not sure. It's just a quick design. And after that I can select some of them, and first of all I'm going to shrink this a little bit so I can have this kind of shape, and probably select all of these in the middle and shrink them, so it will create this kind of dynamic effect a little bit. So these are going to be stretched more, and these are going to be stretched more, and probably something similar to here. It's just to make some random interior spaces, or make some areas a little bit bigger or smaller, so we can see how the pattern that we are going to create, or how the structure that we are going to create will be affected. And this is good. We can make it a little bit take it a step further and go to cage edit, and right now I need a bounding box, and click OK. And right now the bounding box is 4 point by 4 point by 4, so probably in the X, in this direction, I will keep it 3 maybe, and then 3. Actually, let's keep them all 3. Let's see what you are dealing with. And right now you will have your cage something like this, which is kind of good. And right now I'm going to select all of these middle points and Gumber relocate, and select any the lower point in here, and probably stretch it a little bit, so this will make the whole shape go up like that. And probably maybe try to Gumber relocate again in this side and do something like this, maybe, so the whole shape will look like that, maybe. And then enable all these points again, and I think these might be too much, so I'm going to go Gumber relocate and then scale them down, so maybe only the middle points are higher. It's kind of a faster way to create some kind of movement on the sub D, but without losing the flow, or moving them one by one. It's just a quick way. And then right now, after doing this, I'm going to go, maybe I'm thinking just one more thing. I'm going to select those and just a little bit in the middle. It asks if you want to drag the released object from its cage. Okay, right now the cage, if you are editing the cage will not matter. I think we don't need the cage anymore for now, So this is good. And then I'm going to go to the grasshopper and start working on this. So the first thing I want to do is to organize everything. So usually when you have this, let me show you, set one birep, and let's hide this somewhere. The first thing is usually when you want to get the orientation of this, let's try to subdivide. So first of all, I'm going to deconstruct birep. When I want to subdivide this, let's say parametric subdivide, and right now it's subdividing both equally in the x and y. So if I go to the range and try to subdivide, you can notice that some of them are not like moving in a different direction, even though most of them are, but some of them are not. And let's reduce this number to 1 so you can see it even more. You can see the flow of these are not the same, and we talked about this before, and the solution for this is to unify. And I'm going to add the surfaces in here, and we need a guide surface, and for this I'm going to show you something important. Right now this is complex, so there is no easy way to create uh, a surface that all of them can follow. So for now I'm going to join this and try to extrude it. This is just for explanation. So I'm going to try to somehow make this surface as the guide surface, and let's see what we have done. Just to see the flow of these curves, I'm going to use surface. I'm going to use ISO curve. I created a component. Let me try to create it in here, and then uh, I will show you what I have done. It's basically if I have an ISO curve component and I use it on all of these surfaces, and I want to create multiple points. For now I'm going to reparameterize this, and I'm going to use the UV. I need points for this, so I'm going to make multiple points. So I'm going to create a range, and from this range I'm going to merge both points or both numbers, but in here I'm going to graft. And what I have done is basically creating two numbers in each element, and after that I'm going to say numbers to points, and I'm going to add the numbers in here and change the mask to XY. And right now I have created multiple points that are going to be from 0 to 1 to like multiple. Did I select? Let me check. Oh yeah, I need XY. Okay, so right now I need all of these points, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And after that, I'm going to add those in here. But in this case, let's preview off, and let's preview this off, and let's select only one group of them because I want to see which group are we dealing with. And in this case, you can see that still we have the same problem. Even if we try to edit this, even if we probably try to shrink this and probably lower it down, maybe even try to scale it, try to scale this, you can see that we have almost the same problem. So this is not the best way to create, to fix this. And in this case, the best way to create something or to fix the orientation for something like this is to actually create it from scratch. So I'm going to push this a little bit in here. By the way, this is the component that I mentioned. So I'll just, okay, let's click a step back. I will just plug these surfaces, and then I will say the range step are going to be, let's say 20, and then this comes here. By the way, these are usually like scattered, so you need to trim them back. So you will have a group of curves, and right now in this component I already done that in here, so it's kind of more organized way and also faster. Just when I'm working on something, I just grab this to test if there's good curves or not, and if I want to use them, they are ready to use. So this is really helpful for me. Okay, so right now I don't need this. And in here, I'm going to test back or create my own version of this. And if I go and let's for now graft those, and I'm going to explode them. And I want to sort all the edges because right now I have a lower edge and an upper edge in this case. So in this case, it's going to work because I'm going to simply get the midpoint for those and deconstruct those to get the XYZ and sort all these curves based on their Z coordinates. So I'm going to get, after that, I'm going to get the lower, the list item, and I'm going to get the lower, which is this, and I'm going to go to -1 and get the upper. So right now I'm selecting all of these up ones and the lower ones, just like that. Let's hide this so you can see. Yes. And after that, I'm going to loft between this, and I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to loft, add it to here. So these are the reference or the guide surface for all these surfaces. So right now you can see that if we delete all of this and then use these instead, you can see that all of them are flowing exactly in the same direction, which is exactly what I'm looking for, because I'm going to work on them more and more. And it matters a lot that what we are going to do today, that all of them are flowing in the same direction. Actually, they are interesting. So if you want to take some shots or some kind of explaining the process in your design, maybe you can try to take some shots for your own diagrams. Anyway, let's continue. After that, I'm going to simply parametrically subdivide them. But in this case, I want to get, maybe we can just keep this in here, maybe hide it, we don't need it for now. And I'm going to create two ranges, 1 and 2. One of them are going to be 1, which is this, because I only need one surface which is going up, but the other one I might need it to be 3 or 4, or depending on how much elements I need in here. So maybe 3, 4, 5, but I think less is more, so maybe 4. I think 4 might be a good number for this design. After that, I want to get this right here, Control C, Control V, and I want to get this in here because I want to get the curves, but these are too many, so for now I want only 3, or probably 2 or 3. I think 2, because this is like a range, so the range, if I set the range as 1, so it will get the first and second element. Right now I need 3, so I'm getting 2. So 2 is the perfect number for this. I want this actually to be like this because I don't want to change it. If there is a number you don't want to change, just make it like this, because it will be less confusing when you are looking at your script. You know where are the numbers that you are supposed to change. Okay, so right now I should have those 3 curves, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And then I can probably you can divide, but I think in my case I want to control how the curve is divided. So instead of divide, I'm going to um, going to evaluate. So right now I'm going to reparameterize this. Right now there are 3, so I think it will be better if we just separated them. So for now, I'm going to say list item, and I'm going to separate all of them individually because I want to work on them individually. And this is the first one, and I'm going to use a graph mapper. And before I do that, I think I might actually, let's do it. So right now I'm going to say I'm going to create a range, and the range will have the amount of number, the amount of points probably, so it's 20. And then I'm going to add this to here, and right now everything is like exactly the same, which is good, but right now I want to change that. So for example, if I got this and started to manipulate it, you can see that some of the numbers are crumbling in here and stretching a little bit. You can see how is this affecting our curves. And this will matter because once we get all of this, once we get all of these points, so if I got this for the other, which is the second one, and also I'm going to get the third one right here. So all of these, once I change or manipulate this somehow, it will affect how the structure is moving. And this will matter because if I want the structure to uh, start a little bit higher, like create very wide, big openings in here, and then start to get tangled in the middle, and then probably have bigger skylights in here. So it depends on what you are looking for, but I think for now we are going to test this and see if we have what we need. Okay, after that we are going to create lines between this and this, which is this is the first line, which is here, and then the second line. And then I'm going to create another one, but the starting point is going to be the third line. So this line is reversed from this, which will matter. And then I'm going to uh, let's see that data tree. The data tree is good. So if I go to tree branch, this is the tree branch. And someone asked me about the tree branch. So the tree branch is basically when you click on it, you will have your data, which whatever it is, and then you will have your tree statics, and um you will select the branch that you want. These are all the branches, and you will select one of them, and you will have this as tree branch. So you are selecting basically a tree branch. This is the component, or you can have it when you collect this Grasshopper script. So this is great. After that, we are going to evaluate those curves. I'm going to evaluate them just similar to what we have done. And I'm going to create another graph mapper. So for now, I'm going to reparameterize this and create another graph mapper and add it to here and get the range, the usual stuff for this, and then list length. Make sure it's x minus 1 and add it to here. And right now it's almost linear. So if I want, I can change this to sine. And the sine, if you remember from the tower, from the sub-D towers, we have right now created this kind of effect, which is really good. But I want this number to not go all the way up. So for now, I'm going to make this between 0.05 probably, and this number is going to be 0.95. So it's not going all the way up and it's not going all the way down, so I will have a little bit of gap. And maybe if you want your structure to be thicker than this, then you might consider this to be probably 0.15. Let's try a little bit bigger. and this will be 0.85. So it's a little bit bigger like that. I think it's too much. Maybe 0.1 and 0.9. Okay, for now I will keep it like this. And then remember also from the tower episode, we mentioned that if we this is right now the range between 0 to 1, so it's starting from here and then go all the way up to here. But if I wanted to start from here and then go a little bit in the middle to the end and then go all the way to the starting point, so it's start to end to start, so it will be 2 and then 3, 4. It depends on what we need, which we will test that. We will test multiple options for that. And what I want to say is that right now, if you go back a little bit to here and then start controlling this, you can see how this is stretching, and this will control how we can how we are crumbling our structure. So for now, if I make this like that, this means that it will have this kind of weird connection. You might not want it. Maybe something like this, maybe something like this, maybe even make it like closer like this. But if we made the same to here, you can see that it's reversed now. And this is exactly what I want. You can see that the pattern started to show. I can see that this will be an opening, this will be an opening, and from this point you can see the skylight already. And I think for now this looks good, especially when before we turn all of this into sub-D, we might want to see how it looked like. So for now I'm going to just enable this and turn all of this into NURBS as a reference. So these and also these are going to be somewhere here just as a reference, and we will hide this. So right now you will have something like this, which is cool. You can see how your design or how your curves are starting to flow, and you can test if you want to make those go a little bit down, if you want them to feel higher a little bit to create more some spaces. Maybe those you want them a little bit lower to create more area in here. You might want to check this connection, so if you want to make this way and reverse it to make this way, but you might have some kind of weird gap in here. So it depends on your own design or your own approach. By the way, when you have this as a sub-D, this will be fluid, but for now these are just a test. I'm not happy with those. These are too stretched, so maybe we can lower this down a little bit because they feel a little bit too much. And after that, I'm going to create a polyline from this. So these are going to be polyline and those also are going to be polyline. But right now I need another 3 polylines. So I'm going back to these points and I'm going to create a polyline from here. So this will be the polyline to this, and I'm going to add this to here. This is the first polyline, and I think for now I'm going to lower these down because I want another polyline in between, which is going to be the second curve, which is this. And then I want the third polyline, which is going to be the end, which is going to be this. So right now, entwine, and I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, because I don't want to deal with the data tree. I just want all the curves, and then I'm going to flip the matrix. So before flipping the matrix, let me show you something. If I go to tree branch, right now I'm selecting one curve from everywhere. But if I did something like this, then I'm selecting a whole group, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to loft. and right now it will make everything smooth, and I don't want that. I want it to not make everything smooth, especially if after you hide this. Okay, let me hide everything. Yes, right now everything is smooth, so you cannot see all the subdivisions that we want. Let's hide everything in here. Yeah, it messed up all the subdivisions because right now this is not okay. So I think for now we want to change this to straight. And even after changing this to straight, you still have to separate them because these are flat. So in the loft logic, it will make one surface. So in this case, I'm going to shift this and make this invert and graft, and I'm going to copy this, and the first one, I'm going back to the number, I'm going to make it -1. So when I merge this, and connect it to this, it's basically selecting this one and this one in one group, and then selecting this one and this one in one group or in one tree branch, and then I'm going to loft. In this case, it should do what it's supposed to do, which is exactly separating them and making the subdivisions something like this. But I think right now there's too many subdivisions. I think this will make our job in editing this will be a hassle. So we are going back to the number, this 20 number, and going to make it way less. So for now I'll try 10. And don't worry if the subdivisions are less, because it will turn into sub D after all, so don't worry about that. I think 10 maybe is a good number. Let's try even something smaller. Let's try 6. Actually 6 might be good number. Let's try for now 10, and then if we want to reduce it we can. So this is the first part of what we want to do today, which is really good. After that, I'm going to turn this as usual into sub D. So I'm going to turn this into a simple mesh. And then from this simple mesh, I'm going to make sure everything is joined. So I'm going to do this and flatten. And after that, I'm going to weld. And I'm going to weld like this. And in case, I'm going to create a sub D for now, sub D from mesh. But sometimes you can see that some of these are not welded well, so you will need another weld, which is this one, mesh weld vertices, and then you will add it to here and add this to here, and you can see that everything is welded perfectly, and that's great. This is a really good design. Let's see what we have. Let's go to this and probably try another color. Maybe in the rendered. Yes, I can see it now. If you are happy with how everything flows, then you can move on to the next step, and for now I will do. So let's go back to here, change this back, and I'm going to bake. Okay, right now it's 1 sub D, so it doesn't matter. And after that we can go probably to shaded, and I'm going to select this, and then okay, and then I'm going to make all the loops, and then I'm going to make all the rings. So right now I'm selecting everything that is kind of vertical, and then I'm going to crease. And right now when you go back to the rendered, you can see that everything is flowing exactly as we want. Don't worry about this part, it will not show anywhere later, but this is kind of good. Right now I think I'm happy with how these curves are turning. And right now is the tricky part of this, because I want to create some kind of fluid shape based on this. I want to create a structure based on this. So I'm going to select one of these. So for example, I'm going to select probably these, all of them. So maybe select those, and then those, and then those, and then those. I'm going to take a copy somewhere and I want to edit those. So for now, I'm going to select this only, which is only the half. If you go to here, I'm selecting only like a quarter and then copy it somewhere. And I'm going to go to the top, and first of all, I'm going to rotate it from here to make it on ortho, and then I'm going to select all of these edges. I'm going to Gumbo relocate somewhere here and then flatten them. I'm going to this and also flatten them on this axis. Probably from the top will be better, so I can have something like this. And I'm going to those on the top, and then I'm going to flatten them on this point. So basically, when you are selecting those, they should be flat. When you are selecting those, they should be flat. When you are selecting those, they should be flat. And this is good because I want to mirror this somewhere and probably mirror this somewhere. And right now I kind of flattened this. So when you look at it in the perspective, I kind of flattened this, and I'm going to create a detailed version of these, and somehow I'm going to give them back to the original shape. So this is what we are going to do. I think in this case we might need the boundaries and also the wires, why not? So right now I'm going to join those, and I'm going to join them smoothly, not creasely. I'm going to join them smoothly, and I want to see if everything, let's for now hide the wires, and if those make sense, I'm going to continue, and for now I'm going to continue based on this. So right now I'm going to the shaded, and then I'm going to select um, probably, I think for now these are too close, so I'm going to eliminate this one and probably this one because they are too close to the end and they might make some problems later. And I think for now this is good, so I'm going to select all of these and all of these in the middle, and then I'm going to create a inset, and the inset, let's say one is too tiny, let's say two, maybe two in this case is going, let's create two, and extract it. Let's not extract it for now. And I'm going to do the same in here. So I'm going to select this from here to here, and I'm going to say create two probably. But in this case, I'm not interested in these, so I'm going to delete them. Let's do this first. So I'm going to do another two, and in this case I'm not interested in all of these, so I'm going to delete them. And then in this case I think we will need to create this also, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do it like this. Perfect. And after that I'm going to the top, and let's go to the shaded. I'm going to select only the quarter because this is what I'm interested in, and I'm going to delete those, and then I'm going to fix this. So right now all of these curves are going to be Gumbo relocated and scaled to here, and these first of all are going to move vertically from here to this, and then are going to be scaled, Gumbo relocate from here to this. So right now this is kind of went back to flat, and also this went back to flat. So right now all of these segments, once you try to mirror this and then mirror it back and join everything smoothly, you will kind of started to get some kind of movement, which is exactly what I want. And in this case, I'm interested in only one of them again. So maybe right now we are going to join and smooth, keep everything the same. But after that, I'm going to just double click and select all of these structure elements. I'm going to select those. I'm going to select those, all of them. Once you finish all of them, you can simply extract, and once you are extracting it, you are basically separated everything, which is exactly what we are looking for in this case, which really good. Maybe for those, if you want, if you feel like these are too much in this case, because we want to subdivide them later. So for now, I'm going to eliminate some of these curves. So you can eliminate them now or eliminate them later. It depends on your own. Like right now, maybe this is better for subdivisions. Or if you wanted to have this kind of wider effect, then keep it, whatever you want. Just the most important part is to keep this edge and to keep this edge, and whatever in between those, deal with it however you want. So this is important. Okay, so right now I have this, and then maybe I kind of need to have, first of all, this is greased, so it will look good when it will be subdivided, but for now I'm going to offset sub D, and probably both sides, yes, but maybe not solid for now. And the distance 3, I'm not sure. Okay, the distance is too much. Maybe let's try 2. Maybe something like this. And then I'm going to loft or bridge all of these. I'm going to select this one from the top and the bottom. And I'm going to bridge. And in this case, I'm going to maybe not join. Let's not join, but I need them to be 2. Actually, let's join. Let's crease and join, not crease. For now, let's not crease. And join. And after that, I'm going to select this and remove it. And select the one on the bottom and remove it. And I will end up with this one in the middle and I will crease it. So right now I should have, if you look in this, in the rendered view, you should have this kind of movement or feeling for this design, which is kind of interesting for this approach. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for this one. So I'm going to do, I'm going to bridge, and again I'm going to do 2 and join, and then I'm going to select, first of all I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to select the faces and just remove all these flat faces in here, and I'm going to do the same for this. So you will end up with something like this, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to select this and make sure it's remove any creases and remove, and double click on this and remove. So you will end up with something like this, but then make sure to select this wire, this one in the middle, select it and make it like this. I think for now this is good, but let's select all of these ones, like all of these curves or faces at least in the bottom, and flatten them. So I'm going to Gumbo relocate and select any point in here and just flatten them and probably stretch them a little bit so the structure will start thicker at the bottom and then go all the way up. But also maybe you don't need all these faces, so I'm going to eliminate them anyway. And this is good. Right now all I care about is this quarter, so I'm going to make this creased, and then I'm going to delete this and I'm going to delete this, and I think yes, we still need to do this right here. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to eliminate this, I'm going to crease this in the middle, and I'm going to eliminate this. And right now I think I have my quarter ready. I don't need anything else for the quarter, so I'm going to delete all of these other faces. I don't want them, and also in here I don't want this. I'm only interested in this quarter, and this quarter is going to work with me for everything. So I think maybe if you want, you can make those. You can select some of these curves and push them up, so you will have some kind of curviness in your glass, or not. It depends on your approach. So let me show you. If I moved this a little bit back and then I mirror this, like that, and then I joined those smoothly and joined those smoothly, you will have some kind of curves in here. And if you want, you can do it, but for now I will not do it, maybe at least for this iteration. And this is good. After that, the most important part is to separate them based on the creases. So if this whole part is edged by a crease, then I will eliminate it. But if it's not, if there is no crease in here, then I will continue until all the crease is selected, and then I'm going to extract this, and I'm going to do the same for the other side. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to extract. So right now I should have, if I understand correctly, everything that has creases is separate, so this should be good. And after that I want to select all of these and then extract all the meshes and grab them somewhere here, and then we want all of these meshes to bring back to here. So right now I'm going to join those, and I'm going to join them smoothly, not creasely. I'm going to join them smoothly, and I want to see if everything, let's for now hide the wires, and if those make sense, I'm going to continue, and for now I'm going to continue based on this. So right now I'm going to the shaded, and then I'm going to select um, probably, I think for now these are too close, so I'm going to eliminate this one and probably this one because they are too close to the end and they might make some problems later. And I think for now this is good, so I'm going to select all of these and all of these in the middle, and then I'm going to create a inset, and the inset, let's say one is too tiny, let's say two, maybe two in this case is going, let's create two, and extract it. Let's not extract it for now, and I'm going to do the same in here. So I'm going to select this from here to here, and I'm going to say create two probably, but in this case I'm not interested in these, so I'm going to delete them. Let's do this first. So I'm going to do another two, and in this case I'm not interested in all of these, so I'm going to delete them. And then in this case I think we will need to create this also, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do it like this. Perfect. And after that I'm going to the top, and let's go to the shaded. I'm going to select only the quarter because this is what I'm interested in, and I'm going to delete those, and then I'm going to fix this. So right now all of these curves are going to be Gumbo relocated and scaled to here, and these first of all are going to move vertically from here to this, and then are going to be scaled Gumbo relocate from here to this. So right now this is kind of went back to flat, and also this went back to flat. So right now all of these segments, once you try to mirror this and then mirror it back and join everything smoothly, you will kind of started to get some kind of movement, which is exactly what I want. And in this case I'm interested in only one of them again, so maybe right now we are going to join and smooth, keep everything the same, but after that I'm going to just double click and select all of these structure elements. I'm going to select those, I'm going to select those, all of them. Once you finish all of them, you can simply extract, and once you are extracting it, you are basically separated everything, which is exactly what we are looking for in this case, which really good. Um, Maybe for those, if you want, if you feel like these are too much in this case, because we want to subdivide them later. So for now, I'm going to eliminate some of these curves. So you can eliminate them now or eliminate them later. It depends on your own. Like right now, maybe this is better for subdivisions. Or if you wanted to have this kind of wider effect, then keep it, whatever you want. Just the most important part is to keep this edge and to keep this edge, and whatever in between those, deal with it however you want. So this is important. Okay, so right now I have this, and then maybe I kind of need to have, first of all, this is greased, so it will look good when it will be subdivided. But for now, I'm going to offset sub D, and probably both sides, yes, but maybe not solid for now. And the distance 3, I'm not sure. Okay, the distance is too much. Maybe let's try 2. Maybe something like this. And then I'm going to loft or bridge all of these. I'm going to select this one from the top and the bottom. And I'm going to bridge. And in this case, I'm going to maybe not join. Let's not join, but I need them to be 2. Actually, let's join. Let's crease and join, not crease. For now, let's not crease. And join. And after that, I'm going to select this and remove it. And select the one on the bottom and remove it. And I will end up with this one in the middle, and I will crease it. So right now I should have, if you look in this, in the rendered view, you should have this kind of movement or feeling for this design, which is kind of interesting for this approach. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for this one. So I'm going to do, I'm going to bridge, and again I'm going to do 2 and join, and then I'm going to select, first of all, I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to select the faces and just remove all these flat faces in here, and I'm going to do the same for this. So you will end up with something like this, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to select this and make sure it's remove any creases and remove, and double click on this and remove. So you will end up with something like this, but then make sure to select this wire, this one in the middle, select it and make it like this. I think for now this is good, but let's select all of these ones, like all of these curves or faces, at least in the bottom, and flatten them. So I'm going to Gumbo relocate and select any point in here and just flatten them and probably stretch them a little bit so the structure will start thicker at the bottom and then go all the way up. But also maybe you don't need all these faces, so I'm going to eliminate them anyway. And this is good. Right now all I care about is this quarter, so I'm going to make this creased, and then I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this, and I think, yes, we still need to do this right here. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to eliminate this, I'm going to crease this in the middle, and I'm going to eliminate this. And right now I think I have my quarter ready. I don't need anything else for the quarter, so I'm going to delete all of these other faces. I don't want them, and also in here I don't want this. I'm only interested in this quarter, and this quarter is going to work with me for everything. So I think maybe if you want, you can make those. You can select some of these curves and push them up, so you will have some kind of curviness in your glass, or not. It depends on your approach. So let me show you. If I moved this a little bit back and then I mirrored this like that, and then I joined those smoothly and joined those smoothly, you will have some kind of curves in here. And if you want, you can do it, but for now I will not do it. Maybe at least for this iteration. And this is good. After that, the most important part is to separate them based on the creases. So if this whole part is edged by a crease, then I will eliminate it. But if it's not, if there is no crease in here, then I will continue until all the crease is selected, and then I'm going to extract this, and I'm going to do the same for the other side. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to extract. So right now I should have, if I understand correctly, everything that has creases is separate, so this should be good. And after that I want to select all of these and then extract all the meshes and grab them somewhere here, and then we want all of these meshes to bring back to here. And right now we are going a few steps back. Okay, so basically what I want to do is to grab all of these isocurves that we have done, which are these, but I want to somehow grab the start and ending point of them. So for now I'm going to the end points, not for these, for those ones. And I'm going to create a line between the start and the end, which is going to be something like this. So when you are looking at it, you kind of simplified everything. And the reason I did that is because I want to project everything, but I want to project everything on the top. So I'm going to select this, and right now it's projecting on the bottom. If I grab the starting point, I'm right now projecting on the top, and right now I don't need this for a second. After that, I will have, if I go back to this and grab list item, I should have my three elements. So right now this is one, and this is two, and then the third one is this. So right now, if I go to tree branch, you will understand what I'm talking about. Which remember when we created the curve between them. So I need to, if I let me go grab this and just draw something really quickly. So right now, if I want to create a box in this zone, okay, and I want to make the loft go from left to right. So the curve or the detailed mesh that I want is going to flow basically something like this, kind of, and and for this one, and for And for this one, I want it to flow the other way around. So it's going to start from here to here. And this curve is going to start from the other side. So it's kind of moving in the other side. Sorry for this weird drawing, but I hope you get the idea. Okay, so right now, I don't want this. I want to simply make a loft between the first line. Let me merge so it will be easier to understand. I'm going to make a loft between the first and the second, and then I'm going to create another loft, but it will be between the last, which is the third, and the second. So it's kind of the opposite direction. And let's see. Right now I have this, which is the top of the box. Right now I need the bottom of the box, so I'm going to simply project everything. I'm going to project this, and I'm going to project this. And let's lower them down a little bit. If you have watched one of my previous videos, like before this series, I used to have a component called twisted box two surfaces, and it's basically you will input the first surface and you will input the second surface and you will input a number, and from the first surface you are getting the points, and you are getting the points from here. You make sure to remove any points and then you shift all these points, and then you make them into a twisted surface or twisted box. So this is it. Let me just make it like that. This is what I'm doing. Just if you are curious, this is just to eliminate any data any wrong data. If this is empty, then it will know automatically that this is the first element. If this is not empty, then this is the first element, and I'm picking the first element. It's a little bit too much, maybe not too much, but to create something like this from scratch every time, it's annoying, and I use this component a lot. So for me, I prefer to make something like this. And right now I'm selecting, I think in this case I will select the bottom one is the main surface, and then the upper one as the secondary surface, something like this. And the shift is, let me for now add the shift as 2, and we will check on it later, or 1 or whatever. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for here. I'm going to make this as the first and then this as the second, and I'm going to make this also in here. And for now, let's see what we have done. Right now I have my twisted boxes, so if I show these, you can see that I created a box and I'm going to fit my elements inside. So right now there's something called morph to twisted box, which is this. And right now I'm going to grab my meshes, which were here, and simply select all of these and simply select all the meshes and set multiple meshes. And then I'm going to make sure that they are grouped so nothing is getting messed up. And after that I'm going to get a bounding box for the group and then use it as a reference box. And let's see what we have done. If we go back to this and zoom, you can see that things are not quite exactly what we want, because it's first of all, it's moving in the right direction, but it's not moving in this, like it needs to be rotated. And here comes the shift. If I move the shift to this means that it's moving from this point toward the inside, which is good, and this is great. And if I made another, let's organize things a little bit, and if I made another one like this and added those twisted boxes, then I will need the same shift, which is 1, and then everything is fine. But here is the thing, if these are somehow reversed, not these, probably, maybe these. If these are reversed, then you will have some issue. I think in this case might not be noticeable, but it will be something good. And in case these are reversed, then it will be upside down, something like this. Then you will have to change those to something like this. It's the matter of how you organize your things. But this is it for this. And after that you will simply ungroup all of these twisted boxes, maybe even flatten, so just you don't deal with any data tree. And after that is just basically just simple, something like this, because they are already meshes, so you can just grab something like this and add it to here. But in this case we don't want this to be flattened, I want, first of all, I'm going to disconnect this and let's check on the data tree in here. So right now we have all of these. So if I grabbed those and said if I said flip the matrix, first of all, let's go do the tree branch. Right now you can see that I'm selecting a whole group and I want to flip. So if I flip the matrix and did something like this, then you can see that I'm selecting everything that is connected together in the same thing. So it matters that to keep the data separate but also organized, because I'm going to join all of these meshes. And once you go and do probably this and bake, sorry, and bake, okay. Right now, if we hide preview off everything, you can see that everything is almost perfect. It's not perfect yet, but it's almost perfect. And to make everything perfect, you will just need to, first of all, I'm going to select these. And right now, if you notice, once I select these are one open sub-D, which is good. And I select these and these and these. These are the skylights or the glass or something like that. So I'm going to move them somewhere here. And let's move them with a good number. First of all, these are not good, so we need to check on that. So let's try to see. These are not working well because the mesh will need to, the tolerance need to be a little bit higher. So in this case, I'm going to say 2. I think 2 did its job. Hopefully nothing else is bothered. It depends, you can increase it, but do not increase it too much, because if you increase it too much, some of these vertices will crumble. So take care of, take care of that. I shouldn't, let's ungroup, I shouldn't group, okay. And then right now I'm going to select not this one, I'm going to select this, and let's go to here and move them anyway, so maybe 500 or something. And then I'm going to select all of these and join, but in this case I'm going to crease. And once you do that, you will notice that you gained all the detailed or details that you have done in the original mesh, which or the original sub-D. And then you can simply just bring all these smaller ones, let's say 500. But these ones, if you bring it 500, then you will notice that it's not connected very well. So for now, I'm going to do one more thing with it. So if I go to the front, and for now, I think there's no more work to be done in here. So for now, this is good. I think maybe we will need to add one more thing for the detailed glass, but for now this is good. And if you select all of these lower vertices, something like this, and you can see that some of them are up a little bit and this one is down. And when you go to the perspective, you can see that maybe we need to make like select again. But what I want to say is, right now I want to select these and crease them without this last one. So this is important. So I'm going back to the front and I'm going to select all of them in the lower section. Just make sure everything is selected. Hopefully, let's go on the top and check. I think I have checked, like everyone is having 3 elements, which is exactly what I want. 3 points selected. And then this part is tricky because you will have to go back to here and carefully select those lower ones only while you are in the sub-D mode. So right now I'm selecting all the top ones, and once I crease, I should have like something like this, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And then I will bring this back to here, so I'm going to lower it to there. And right now when you look inside, you can see your own structure. So right now I'm going to the rendered view, and you can see the structure, and you can see all the details and all the connections, and everything is really well. You can keep it like this, or you can take it a step further, and in this case I'm going to select all of these and just grab all of them in here, set multiple B-reps, and then I will try to deconstruct all of these B-reps, and I'm going to diamond panel all of them. But in this case, let's try to select lower number, but make sure it's even. It's it's even number, yes. And add both to here. And let's wait a little bit. Okay, so right now I want to do is to basically, because there are these middle triangles, so I'm not interested in those. So if I just select those right now, you can see, let me hide this, and let's select all of these, and just for now I'm going to add them I'm going to add them to a different group, and maybe hide just to see what I'm dealing with. So right now all of these I want to transform them to all diamonds as much as possible. And the easiest way is to first of all trim this back, because right now if we select this as a tree branch, you can see that let's zoom to this tree. You can see it's a part of the whole thing, so I need to trim the tree. Just make sure it's simplified, and after that I want to join B-reps, and let's wait a little bit. This is tricky, but the good thing about joining B-reps is that if multiple surfaces are joined and then the other ones are joined but only a point is connecting between them, then it will automatically separate them. So in this case it will basically select all the diamond shapes, either they are 4 like this or 2, it doesn't matter. And if they are only triangle, then it will keep it as a triangle, which is really good. And then I'm going to the edge B-rep, and I'm going to select all of these, and for now let's hide all of this, I'm not interested to see it. And right now I'm going to select list item. This is the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and right now I'm going to say edge B-rep, not here, edge B-rep, not edge B-rep, sorry, edge surface, and 1 2 3 4. And right now I should have all my surfaces. So if I hide this, then you will have your diamonds and triangles and everything will be just fine. And then I want to merge it with those. So right now I should have, if I merge both, let's hide this, and then I'm going to select those and those. And for now I'm not interested to uh, deal with any data trees, so I'll just simply bake, hide, and let's see what we have done. So if I go inside this, you can see that we have done exactly what we want to do, which is creating a diamond pattern on this kind of structure. Let me try to select another view or another style of view. I already have multiple in here. I created them. I experiment a lot with these. Maybe I should leave them on my Patreon. Let me know if you are interested in these. I might rename them to something better and leave them on my Patreon. But some of them will take some time to calculate because they are based on a monochrome view, and the monochrome view is sometimes heavy. But the results are interesting because sometimes I want something that looks like a thin line or a facade or a sketch or something, and I can just get it as easy as it is and just create a capture of the screen, and that's it for this, you know. I can just select something like this and it gives me some shadows and some warmth. I can try maybe this one. This one is, I think, softer lines or edges, and it's rendered but it's softer. And maybe this one has harsh lines. That was helpful when I was trying to render the hyperloop design, if you have seen it on my social media. Okay, so here's what you have done, which is this, and then we implemented it into the surface, which right now is this one, which what you have seen on the tutorial. But then the extended version is basically creating this a little bit advanced version of it, which has more details and lights and more features, basically, and also has some kind of materials. And after that, parametrically, you can assign this into the surface and it will look like that, and actually assign the exact materials into Grasshopper. So you can just import these into Grasshopper somehow. And I explained this into the extended version. So if you are interested, you can just take a look. And thank you so much for joining the series so far. And thank you so much for being patient until day 10. And see you in the next video.